The Phillies offense that has been in search of consistency through the first 4 weeks of the season has done so in successful fashion so far against the Atlanta Braves. The bats came alive again last night, sparking a third win in the first 4 meetings. Tonight, they look for consistency while welcoming the newest Philly to the mounds. How do you feel about 3 in a row? It sounds odd to say in the second month of the season. The Phillies have not won 3 straight games at any point here in 2015, but they'll go for it tonight after the offense woke up 2 days ago. It continued last night. Now they hope it'll continue tonight and back the pitching in the return of Chad Billingsley. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, joined by Matt Stairs. All right, so we are welcoming Chad Billingsley to the Phillies rotation. Boy, it's been a long time since Chad last pitched in a big league game, and I think a lot of people are excited to see what he brings to this rotation.
Well, I am as well. It's very interesting. It's been 2 years, 20 days, the last time he pitched in the big league game. He was a dominating pitcher with the Dodgers back in the day. He was a guy who went out, he threw a tremendous fastball, and you can see the graphic here. 219 games with the Dodgers. He's just the type of guy that would go out there and he was a gamer. He was throw strike after strike. Very good command. He had a very good cutter. And he was a guy that had a very quiet delivery, but the ball got on him very quick. Hard to square up, but he's a gamer. He's going to go out there and throw strikes. You know, down in the minor leagues, we were interested to see how his velocity was. He was topping out about 94 miles an hour. He has very good accuracy with his fastball. Best pitch he throws is actually the curveball. He gets a lot of guys out in front, hitting a lot of weak ground balls, like right here. But when he's pitching inside with that cutter, the fastball away, it makes that curveball even better.
Well, and we saw in this game he threw 99 pitches. And talking with Chad yesterday, he said there are no restrictions. There's no restrictions on what kind of pitches he throws. There's no restrictions as far as his velocity goes. So he's feeling pretty good, and his family is in town to get a chance to enjoy his return to the big leagues. All right, one guy who is in the lineup that will hopefully back him offensively is Darren Ruff, who's playing for the 3rd consecutive day. Today he's out in left field, and this is a good sign that his power from the right side of the plate is starting to emerge again.
Well, it is, and I talked to him earlier today, and he's making a little changes. He's kind of sitting a little bit, riding that back leg so he can stay back and see the ball so he doesn't jump so much. He's got a very good short swing, a powerful swing, and when he can sit back and let the ball get deep, he's be able to drive the ball left center, right center. It doesn't matter. You see the numbers right here. 357 versus left-handed pitchers, which is very important because it's a much-needed right-handed power they need in the lineup. Now, the 176 versus right-handers, he's getting in trouble swinging at the sliders out of the strike zone. But I think with that new stance where he's sitting, his timing's better, he's seeing the ball, he's letting it get a little deep. Now he's not attacking the ball, he's allowing it to get deep and thinking right center and driving the ball.
All right, so 3, 4, and 5 tonight. Cody Ashe, Ryan Howard, and Darren Ruff. Chase Utley will sit today and possibly sit tomorrow before the off day on Thursday. So will be Billingsley making his 5th start overall. He made 4 down in AAA. And for the second time this year, the Phillies will face Shelby Miller, who lost in his last outing against the Cincinnati Reds. Ryan Sandberg said that Odubel Herrera's play on this ball off the bat of Johnny Gomes was a game changer last night. It was pretty impressive to watch him evolve as a center fielder. When we return, we'll go to the Comcast Sportsnet studios. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Citizens Bank. One deposit checking. Keeping things simple is helping you bank better. By Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. By Toyota, the Toyota Time Sales event ends June 1st. Hurry in today. Toyota, let's go places. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. Are celebrating here at Turner Field as the Phils go for their third consecutive victory. Ryan Howard is back in the lineup, all smiles, batting cleanup today for the Philadelphia Phillies, facing Shelby Miller, who he has handled during the course of his career. Pretty light dugout today after winning 2 straight games for the Phils. Let's take a look at their lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Revere's in right field tonight. Freddie Galvis will bat second and play shortstop. Cody Ashley hits third, followed by Ryan Howard and Darren Ruff. Odubel Herrera's in center field. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh is Cesar Hernandez. He'll spell Chase Utley. Batting eighth is Carlos Ruiz, and hitting ninth is Chad Billingsley. They'll face right-hander Shelby Miller. Miller is 3-1 with a 2.17 ERA, 23 strikeouts and 29 innings of work. Just 24 years old. They got him from the St. Louis Cardinals in the Jason Hayward deal this past offseason, Matt.
Well, and a very good trade. He's a guy who goes out and he pounds the strike zone, has very good command of all of his pitches. As you can see the scouting report, 92, 96 mile an hour fastball, curve cutter, and a 2-3 with a 3.14 ERA. He does throw a changeup. He throws it 0.4% of the time, and I got a feeling that Ryan Howard will be 0.4% of the time we'll see.
Well, Ben Revere will lead things off. Revere 2 for 5 with a run scored in last night's ball game. He's been hot on this road trip, and he takes a strike, so we're underway. Revere overall has his average up to 247. No home runs, 7 runs batted in. And he chops one over the mound. Simmons near the bag. Hurries the throw, one away.
Well, that time of day, Tom, for the Nissan keys to the game. And my first one for Chad. Take a deep, deep breath and relax because it's your first time back in a little over 2 years. And for the Phillies to continue working the count. Last night they saw a lot of pitches, got a lot of good pitches to hit. So continue the hot streak of hitting.
Yeah, they scored 3 runs in the first inning in last night's ball game. They only have scored 5 runs in first innings so far this year. It was nice to see them take the early lead. Freddie Galvis up from the number 8 spot, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Galvis had a couple hits last night. Solid road trip. He's 8 for 25 on the road trip. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Braves started out the year 5-0, and since that time they're 7-14. It's not their offense that's been a concern. It's really been their pitching. Their earned run average during those 21 games is just under 5, 4.93. The only steady guy really has been Shelby Miller. That one's floated out toward left center field. Maben was playing that way, and he tracks it down for the second out. In his last outing, he threw 5 shutout innings, and then in the 6th inning, he threw 29 pitches against the Cincinnati Reds. And Freddie Gonzalez said that he thinks that 29 pitch inning sort of tuckered him out because he gave up back-to-back home runs in the 7th inning and wound up losing the game 5-1. Fastball in there for Cody Ashley. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Kathy Dwallet. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, then Kathy will win $400. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Never was a big fan of a pitcher standing on the first base side of the rubber, especially a right-hander. I felt crowded as a hitter. Felt like he could throw fastballs inside to me all day and not let me get my hands extended. Usually right-handers stay in the middle or they stand towards the third base side.
That one's hit out towards shortstop, and Simmons is up with it for the second time, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Shelby Miller. He threw just 10 pitches to get through the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Chad Billingsley's wait is over. Look at his starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Leading it off in right field, Nick Markakis. And Andrelton Simmons will bat second, then Freddie Freeman and A.J. Pierzynski. Johnny Gomes, who has good numbers against Chad Billingsley, will be in left field batting fifth. Kelly Johnson sixth. And the bottom third of Peterson, Maben, and Miller. And they will face 30-year-old right-hander Chad Billingsley. It's been 750 days since his last major league outing, and he is ready to go. Those are his numbers during his rehab stints down in the minor leagues.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see the first couple of pitches if he's down in the zone. I mean, it's been over 2 years since he's pitched. So it's going to be see how the velocity is down in the minor leagues. It's 92, 95 mile an hour fastball, curve change and cutter, and he's 2-3 with a 3.14 ERA. That is a scouting report on Chad Billingsley.
Yeah, 2-1 here at Turner Field with a 2.30 earned run average. So here we go. The first pitch to Nick Markakis. As we mentioned, it's been 750 days since his last major league pitch. And this one is up and away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Markakis, a .298 hitter. He was 2 for 5 in last night's ball game. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
It's a pretty good sinker right there. He never used to throw that back in the day.
I think his velocity is going to be one of those wait-and-see things. What he is now, as he builds up arm strength, is not what he's going to be. Would you agree with this, Matt, in another month or so?
100%. I mean, he's been about 4 times he's pitched in the minor leagues, topped out at 99 pitches. Give him about 3 or 4 more starts, so he'll get it going.
1-2 is dragged on the ground to second base. Cesar Hernandez throws him out, so 1 away. Well, that brings us to our Geico quote of the day from Chad on starting his first game since 2013. It's going to be really fun. I've missed that part of the game, having my mind worry about the hitters and not worrying about my arm. I'm just really happy and relieved this is all in the past now. It's been 2 years since I've been out there every 5th day on a regular basis. It hasn't really sunk in yet. Simmons is the batter. He was 2 for 4 in last night's game. First pitch fastball is inside, 1-0. Chad said his wife Tiffany flew down from the Reading area to watch his return to the big leagues. There's a good fastball at the knees. It's 1-1.
That's the fastball right there. He's hit 91, 92 the last pitch to Markakis, but he has that very deliberate, that easy delivery, and the ball gets on you quick. It sounds hard because it is hard.
He's basically just throwing fastballs right now.
Smart. He's done that a lot in his career. So he loves his fastball.
That one is whacked toward right center field. He'll be in for a base hit. Ben Revere's first opportunity in right, and he'll get it in. So 1-out single for Simmons. He's hit in 5 straight. And Freddie Freeman's coming up. During the 2015 season, Turkey Hill, the official ice cream of the Phillies, will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. Freddie Freeman's been hot. He's 14 for his last 35. His average up to 283. That one is ripped deep to right field. Going back on it is Revere, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Freddie Freeman. And the Braves jump out to a 2-0 lead. Fifth home run of the season for Freeman. That ball was hit right on the line. Get out of here pretty quick.
Yeah, it was, and it was in that happy zone for a left-handed hitter. You can see Chooch giving the fastball inside. Held back just a little bit, but That's an area where you really have to think about elevating the fastball just a little bit versus left-handers, because that's a natural swing for lefty just to drop the barrel on the ball.
A.J. Przinsky takes outside, and it's 1-0. Przinsky was 0 for 4 in yesterday's game. Change up.
I thought he would have had the day off today. AJ, I thought Bethancourt would have had a chance to play.
Yeah, Freddie Gonzalez said before the ball game today that he likes the way Przinsky's been handling Shelby Miller. So he thinks he's going to have him play when Miller pitches, at least for the foreseeable future. And he likes how Bethancourt has handled Tehran, so he'll play when Tehran's pitching. That one's hit sharply on one hop, fielded by Ryan Howard, and there are 2 outs. So 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Folks are probably wondering, well, why did it take Chad Billingsley so long to get back? Well, not only was he rehabbing from Tommy John surgery, but when he was trying to come back from Tommy John surgery, he needed to have flexor pronator surgery, which put him on the shelf for another 8-9 months. There was a chance that he could have rehabbed that, kind of like Cliff Lee. But he decided not to, even though he knew there was $15 million on the table from the Dodgers as part of his option for 2015. They obviously didn't pick that up.
Right.
No balls, 1 strike to Johnny Gomes. Just a bit low, and it's 1-1. He has the best numbers batting average wise against Chad Billingsley. Kelly Johnson, the guy on deck, has the most at bats against him. Curveball and just a bit high. Well, he's really working quickly, isn't he?
He is. He's always worked, even when he was with the Dodgers, he worked very quickly. And we always want to slow him down because he gets in that rhythm and just pounds the strike zone.
Fly ball left side. And Freddie Galvis, the shortstop, is under it. And he makes the catch. So inning number 1 is in the books for Chad Billingsley. He does allow a 2-run home run to Freddie Freeman. We'll go to the second with the Braves on top. 2-0 Braves on top as we go to the top of the second inning. Ryan Howard is bringing the lumber, brought to you by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. This was the last time he faced Shelby Miller, Matt. He got a pitch down and he drove it into the bushes.
Well, he sees him very well. That's why I think tonight he's going to see a lot of changeups. He only throws about 0.4% of the changeups. I think Ryan Howard's going to see a few of those tonight.
First pitch is inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Howard did not play in yesterday's game. He was 2 for 4 in Sunday's ball game against the Marlins. Swing and a miss. So he's challenged him now. Back-to-back fastballs.
Well, back-to-back fastballs, but they're also fastballs that are just under the hands. An area where a left-hander has a hard time to drop the barrel to. Going there again.
Fly ball center field. And under it is Maben. Now he backpedals a few steps. 4 up, 4 down for Shelby Miller, and he's facing Murph, kind of a revamped lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies today.
He is, Tom. You know, you take a look at Ryan Sandberg's lineups each and every day, and he has said many times that he comes in the morning and decides for that day the lineup he thinks has the best chance. Today, Darren Ruff batting in the 5th spot against the right-hander, but you know, Ryan Sandberg told me before the game that he really likes the way that Darren is swinging the bat. He wants to give him consecutive games to try and get into some kind of rhythm, so he gets a chance, a right-handed bat in this left-handed heavy lineup to be right there in the middle of things in hopes of making some things happen. And you know, obviously the other big part of the lineup, you guys touched on it at the very beginning, was that Chase Utley is not a part of it as Darren grounds back to Miller at the pitcher's mound. He's not a part of it. He said, look, I just want to give him a couple of days off. 3 days in a row, most likely. He'll probably not play tomorrow. We, again, have the off day on Thursday. Just to let him sit back and kind of get his thoughts, get his thoughts in order, because it has been a grind for Chase Utley. But the best part about what Ryan Sandberg said is that, no matter how difficult it has been for Chase Utley, after each at bat, he is back in the dugout. He is talking to the guys as he always does, telling folks about the pitches, telling folks about, telling the guys what's going on in the game. He's engaged. He's been a part of everything. And that's a good sign that Chase Utley's not kind of wearing it constantly. He's been able to kind of put it aside after he gets back on the bench and just be a part of the game and be a part of his team. So he'll get a couple of days off, and we'll most likely see him back in Philadelphia, guys.
I think we saw last night that he does as best he can put it aside. I mean, I know it's bothering him. I mean, his base running alone last night helped the Phils get that extra insurance run. 0-1 pitch to Odubel Herrera. This one softly to left. Johnny Gomes will make the play, and that is a 7-pitch second inning. So 17 pitches for Miller through the first 2 against the Phils. Phillies take on the New York Mets. It's the final game of a 3-game series, and all women 15 and older will receive the Phillies wristlet. What are your tickets now by going to Phillies.com? 2-0 Braves on a 2-run home run by Freddie Freeman. And Chad Billingsley will face Kelly Johnson, Jace Peterson, and Cameron Maben as we begin the bottom of the second. Johnson came on yesterday as a pinch hitter, or as a defensive replacement, then got a chance to bat. He is 8 for 32 lifetime against Billingsley. First pitch is over at the knees. It's 0-1. Out of play, and it's 0-2. Matt, I wondered about the repertoire with Billingsley, as I mentioned, because of the injury, the Tommy John surgery, the flexor pronator. Sometimes you can't throw a pitch that you used to be able to throw because there's a little bit of a sting to it. But he said he's fine.
Well, we've seen basically a lot of fastballs, a couple changeups, but we have not seen that curveball yet. You can see in his career right here, he's a 59% fastball guy, 1% cutter, which I might question that a little bit. But he's a guy that his slider and his cutter, basically the same pitch. But he's a guy that I'm telling you right now, I'm not worried about his velocity or the pitches that he can throw, because he can throw every pitch he needs to. There's just no restrictions. Just a matter of he's so amped up. It's how his command's going to be for the first couple times out. Now you can tell he's settled down a little bit. His balance is a little better.
Delivers a strike to Jace Peterson, and it's 0-1. Peterson's hit an 8 of 9. He's hit in 3 straight. His average at 257. Outside, 1-1. Chad Billingsley has ties to the Philadelphia area. He and his wife Tiffany make their home just outside of Reading, Pennsylvania. Tiffany had family. She was born in the Reading area, but then moved. But she had family that was still outside the Reading area when they were looking for a place to live. And they love the vastness, as that curveball is right on the inside part of the plate. And Peterson's down looking on strikes. They love the vastness of the land and what they were able to purchase there. And that's why this marriage between the Phillies and Billingsley was so good, because he didn't have to move too far.
No, I mean, that's outstanding, and so was that curveball right there. That's the second curveball he's thrown, and you can see how late it breaks and how the left-handers or right-handers are going to freeze on it, because you're expecting a fastball, but when you can throw that whenever you need to, it's a nice pitch.
Chopper left side. Charging is Galvis, scoops it up and throws on the run in time to get Maven, and that's a pretty efficient second inning for Chad Billingsley. So 1-2-3 go the Braves. We'll head to the third. It's a 2-0 Atlanta lead. And it will be Cesar Hernandez, Carlos Ruiz, and Chad Billingsley against right-hander Shelby Miller, who's cruised, Matt, through the first 2 innings of work here, 17 pitches.
Yeah, I guess they really haven't listened to my keys yet. But then again, he has been throwing a lot of strikes.
Well, Chad Billingsley will get a chance to bat here in the third. He's a pretty good hitter before he went on the shelf with the injury.
Couple happy guys right there, Frenchie, Chad.
Francourt, a big night last night. Cesar bunts toward the third base line. It's a beauty of the bunt. Pierzynski has it and no chance to throw him out. A bunt single, and that's the first hit of the day for the Phils.
Now this is a great bunt. He hits it off the very end of the bat. Squares around early. Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect bunt, which I'd love to see a few more guys on the team try to do more often.
Well, now let's see if they can get something going here with the leadoff batter aboard. Carlos Ruiz, who was 2 for 4 with a couple RBIs in last night's game. And he lifts that one down the right field line in foul territory. Freddie Freeman watches it go out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Runner goes, pitch is hit towards shortstop. Simmons has it to second for 1, over to first. A double play. Boy, Cesar Hernandez slid right past the bag, but it looked like he got there before the throw. Larry Boa has not moved from his perch in the dugout, so I guess they're not going to go look and see. He's safe.
It looks like he's safe, but then he slides off the base.
But they never tagged him.
Right, but they never tagged him, no.
Well, Ryan Sandberg is just walking a few steps outside the dugout just to kind of freeze play a little bit. Freddie Gonzalez is saying that Shelby Miller was already on the mound, but the batter was not in the box. At least I don't think Billingsley was in the box.
Yeah, actually, he was yelling that Chad was in. He stepped in the batter's box.
Here's the play at the bag at second.
So he's safe right there.
Yeah, he's definitely safe. He never tagged him after he slid past the bag. I think the problem here is the reason the Phillies can't challenge it, because now they're saying that yes, Billingsley did step in the box and Miller was on the mound. So 6-4-3 double play. And by rule, you cannot ask for a replay if the pitcher is on the mound and the batter is in the box.
I'm just trying to figure out what the slide into second base was, because either you're going to go in and try to break a double play, or you're sliding straight into the bag.
Well, I think he slid straight in the bag because he thought he was there in time. Although he went past the bag, that didn't matter though, because his foot had already glanced over the top of it. So you're saying that Cesar should have gone in a little harder?
Well, I mean, if he thinks he's going to beat it, go directly into the bag. But if you don't think you're going to beat it, I mean, that's a perfect time to send the second baseman to left field.
Yeah. And then break up the throw over to first.
Throw over to first base. It almost looked like he was caught in between.
3-1 to Billingsley, and he lines it out toward right field. Markakis ventures back, makes the catch. Side is retired. So Miller's faced the minimum, although the Phillies have their first hit of the night. Middle of the third, quickly. It's the Braves 2 and the Phillies nothing. trail at 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning here in Atlanta. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, who is the only closer besides Raleigh Fingers to lead the majors in saves in back-to-back seasons? The answer will be revealed a little later on. Got an idea on that one, Matt? I guess that's a no.
No.
Shelby Miller leads it off. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. Miller hits it to center field. Herrera goes running back. Ball carried pretty good ways. And one away here in the third. And back to the top of the order for Nick Markakis. Markakis grounded out to second. Matt, you're going to have to put that question aside, my man.
Oh, that's an easy fly ball to center.
Change up, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Markakis.
So that's that slider slash curve. 88 mile an hour's big break to it, but it's actually a little too hard for a slider.
Ground ball toward the hole. Base hit into right field for Markakis. He had retired 6 straight before that single. And Andrelton Simmons will come to the plate. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Well, in talking with Chad Billingsley yesterday, Tom, you mentioned that he was just so excited, really chomping at the bit to get back out on the field and get a chance to pitch in a Major League Park again. And well, the cool thing was, I talked to a bunch of his teammates and Ryan Sandberg about it as well, and each one of those guys also just excited to see Chad back out there. He's certainly a well-liked guy inside that clubhouse. His last start, April 15th, 2013. You mentioned that 750 days ago before his last start, as this one is rolled to shortstop. It could be 2, 6, 4, 3. And in that time, 5,056 regular season games were played in between his last start and this start tonight. And guys, it looks like he has settled down pretty nicely in this one.
I would say so, Murph. He looks pretty comfortable out there, and his placement of his fastball is getting better and better. We'll go to the fourth, and we'll see if the Phillies offense can get a little better. Is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. By Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop Nissan.com. And by Papa John's. The day after every Phillies win, get 50% off your regular menu price online order using promo code Phillies at papajohns.com.
It's a good deal.
It's a great deal. I thought you were going to call them today.
After the game.
Ben Revere leads it off. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Shows bunt, takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. And a liner out toward right. Markakis goes over and makes the catch. Well, for a moment he misjudged it. Refreshing, great tasting Blizzard spring water is the new buzz around the water cooler. WB Mason offers free same-day delivery of 5-gallon Blizzard spring water bottles with no minimums or hidden fees. Freddie Galvis fly to center his first time up. Freddie is 6th in the National League in hitting. Of course, the leader is D. Gordon of the Marlins, hitting over 400. Swing and a miss, and Galvis is struck out. First strikeout for Miller. And 2 outs here in the 4th.
Well, this is just a pretty good old fastball. Fastball inside, tails back. Freddie Galvis swings underneath it. It's time for the guys to step out a little bit, take their time. I guess you can't step out because you get fined. But they need to slow him down. He's getting in a rhythm. He's thrown 30 pitches, 23 strikes.
There's a pop-up foul territory. And another easy inning for Shelby Miller. Yeah, this is remarkable. 4 innings, 31 pitches for Miller. Phillies have 1 hit. Miller's faced the minimum. And we move to the bottom of the 4th inning here in Atlanta. Dealer at ChevyDealer.com. And by WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. Already at the bottom of the 4th inning, 2-0 Braves on top. A 2-run home run by Freddie Freeman. Gorgeous night here in Atlanta. It was a beautiful day. It's supposed to get warmer as this week moves on here in Atlanta. Temperatures are supposed to be in the 80s by tomorrow, the finale of this series. 78 degrees. And here is Freddie Freeman, who homered his last time up. See that pitch right there? I've been impressed with the first 3 innings for Billingsley. He's been able to locate that fastball. Alfonso Marquez says, no, I'm not going to ask for an appeal. Ground ball toward the middle and past the diving Ashe. That's the second hit of the night for Freeman.
Well, here's a look back in the first inning. Freddie Freeman's home run. Look at the location. The fastball is down. And that's such a natural swing for a left-hander to drop the barrel to the ball. Now when you get a fastball up in the zone, watch how it ties Ryan Howard up right here, and he can't get extended. Any fastball up in the zone a little bit to a right-hander, or to a left-hander, excuse me, that's a strike. It's a fight for a left-hander to get the barrel through. But it's a natural swing for a lefty to hit that ball down and in, because it's like you're chopping out a tree. And that's why when you pitch to left-handers, you have to be very careful. That's the same with the base hit, is down in the zone. Any pitch that's elevated a little bit to a left-hander, we fight, try to get the barrel through the zone. That's why a two-seamer from a left-hander is the hardest pitch for a left-hander to hit.
There's another base hit into right field this time, so back-to-back singles. Freeman will stop at second. And the Braves have runners on first and second with nobody out. Johnny Gomes is going to be the batter. I think it's interesting, Matt, that you say that, because it seems to be the case every year. It doesn't change the style of a left-hander and what makes them successful, what doesn't.
Well, and if you think about it, the natural swing is when you're going to a baseball, your hand's going down to the baseball. So that's like a chopping at a tree situation. And it's easy to get the barrel to the ball. But when a fastball is elevated, you almost got to fight yourself to get the barrel through the zone, and that's where you tie yourself up. So fastball down in, that's why Ben talks about it. That's the electric zone for left-hander.
Right.
It's just a matter of just dropping the barrel of the bat to the ball, and it's just a natural swing. That's the little loop of it. But like I said, especially when the left-hander throws you a two-seamer inside, it's just so hard. And if you get the barrel out, you're going to hit it about 3/4 of a mile foul.
Right.
So that's why when you pitch inside to a left-hander, for a left-handed hitter, you need to elevate it.
Oh, that should have been a double play ball. It goes under the glove of Ashe, and a run will score. It's going to be 3-0 in favor of the Atlanta Braves. That should be an E4. Or E5, I should say. No RBI for Johnny Gomes. Boy, that was a routine double play ball right there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this is just a little cutter. It's off the end of the bat. Kind of stays down a little bit. He doesn't make the play, but like you said, it's with Johnny Gomes' speed at home plate, it should have been a round the horn double play.
So still nobody out here in the fourth. Kelly Johnson, who lined out to shortstop his first time up, will be the batter. Johnson's one at bat last night was a strikeout, so he's 0 for 2 in the series. Outside, 2-0.
Another ground ball right here. Pretty good changeup at 86.
Just missed, and it's 3-2. Must have been high, according to Alfonso Marquez. Certainly had a bit of the plate. Kelly Johnson, 11 RBIs in his last 10 ball games. He's a hot hitter right now. And a high fly ball deep to right center field. Long run for Revere, and it is gone. A long 3-run home run for Kelly Johnson. Six nothing in favor of the Braves. By Kodiashi, which would have been a surefire double play ball, did not help in this inning. That's the second home run given up by Billingsley. Same spot.
Same spot. That happy zone for left-handers. Just a natural drop the barrel of the ball. And those are the ones where you connect on and you know you've hit it well. There's no feeling off the bat. Your fingers aren't ringing.
Kelly Johnson, that's his 6th home run, and he now has 16 runs batted in. He's a bench player, but he is the leader in RBIs for the Braves. First pitch to Peterson inside, 1-0. Fly ball short left, Darren Ruff. And finally there's an out here in the 4th inning. Here's Maybin, who's 0 for 1. He grounded to shortstop his first time up. Outside, 1-0.
Out of the 6 hits, 5 have come from left-handers, and all 5 hits have come down with the pitch down in the zone.
Yeah, and he's made some good pitches against lefties. Unfortunately, though, he's made those that are over the heart of the plate or over, in their nitro zone at the wrong time. One to Freddie Freeman and one recently here to Kelly Johnson. Off the end of the bat, a flare to center field, and Maybin's aboard. A 1-out single, and Shelby Miller is the hitter. Tomorrow morning, wake up with Temple football coach Matt Rule and the Union's Mo Adu on Breakfast on Broad, presented by Virtua Joint Replacement Institute. Weekday mornings from 6 until 8 over on the Comcast Network and streaming live on breakfastonbroad.com. Mark Sanchez and Kiko Alonso were in the studio today. There's a bunt by Miller. Billingsley off the mound. Sacrifice is successful. 1-4 on the putout. And Markakis is up for the 3rd time. Hasn't thrown many curveballs.
No, he hasn't. And when he throws this curveball, his body slows down big time. When you're throwing your fastball, you have that nice rhythm, and you're just going and you're throwing it. When he throws that curveball, As soon as that ball comes out of his glove, his whole body slows down to snap that curveball.
I do believe that Ruiz wanted that pitch just by his hesitation throwing the ball back to the mound. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Markakis. Dustin McGowan is warming up in the bullpen. This might be more because of the number of pitches that he's had to throw here in this inning than anything else.
I mean, pitch totals is at 60 pitches.
A very easy second, very easy third. Now 25 pitches here in the 4th. Out of play. Got him. Threw him a cutter, and Markakis is struck out. Side is retired. 4-run score in the inning on a 3-run home run by Kelly Johnson, and also an error by Cody Ashe. So we've completed our first 4. We'll go to the 5th inning here at Turner Field. Phillies trail at 6-0. His answer. All right, Matt, I know you wrote down the right answer. Let's let the audience know who is the only closer besides Raleigh Fingers to lead the majors in saves in back-to-back seasons.
Jim Johnson.
Jim Johnson in 2012, 2013. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Ryan Howard starts the 5th. Howard flying out to center his first time up. Only 1 hit for the Phils, a bunt single by Cesar Hernandez. That one is pulled down the right field line, and it's going to hook foul. Go down that tunnel. A.J. Brzezinski wanted that fastball up above Howard's belt. It was down near his shoelaces. Out toward left center field. That's pretty well hit. Gomes going back on it. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. Howard going to second base, and he will get there. Whoop. His 5th double of the year.
It's a good sign when Ryan Howard's driving the ball to left field. A nice early leg kick out over his upper body, covers the home plate and allows him to stay through the zone. And what I like about it is Barrow went through the zone for quite a while. The triple the other day in Miami, the single up the middle the other day against Miami, the double here to left center. All 3 swings, the Barrow's going through the zone for quite some time.
You just hope he can keep it going. His average is now at an even 200. Swing and a miss by Ruff, and it's 0-1. Darren has this little crouch going that we were talking about. I know you talked to him today about that and how he made just a little bit of an adjustment at the plate.
Yeah, I asked him, I said, Darren, I want to ask you a question. Did you change your stance? He goes, no. I said, well, this is where I like where the balance is, because now all of a sudden he's putting all the weight on the backside with his backside, with his right leg. And if you see right here, everything is so tight. It's his body is perfect line, and that's what you want. It's a good balance, and his head's not going out after the baseball, and it's allowing the ball to get deep against him and relying on the short swing.
Breaking ball, and it's 1-2.
And I'm sorry, Tom. And what it does is it helps you recognize the pitches. That pitch right there, 3 weeks ago, he would have swung at.
I was going to say, and his swing is shorter than it was, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right, because he has less body movement.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Ruff. Jumps it foul past Pete McCannon, and it remains 1-2. Well, it's so important for the Phils to have that right-handed power, whether it be off the bench or where they can insert the right-handed power into the lineup or right-handed bat into the lineup from time to time against lefties. Now tonight it's a right-hander, but against lefties.
Well, and the reason why it's so important is that when you're facing a lot of left-handers in your lineup and you got 5 guys, and he gets locked in on that one side of the plate. That's a hanging slider right there. But if he's getting locked into one side of the plate or the other, now all of a sudden when you throw a right-hander in, he has to change his thought process. He has to change his arm angle a little bit. He can't live on that one area. So it's so important to have the balance of a power right-handed hitter to be able to throw off the pitcher. This is a hanging slider. This is actually a good hanging slider because it's too high up in the zone to get to. So I like the balance of having a lefty-righty lineup. That way you can't get in the groove. It's like when you face Mark Burley. You want lefties in there against him because he loves that changeup to right-handers, but he doesn't throw it to left-handers. So get him out of his rhythm.
Odubel flied to shallow left field his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. 1 ball and no strikes to him here in the top of the 5th inning. Phillies down 6-0. Swing and a miss, a high fastball, 1-1.
Amazing how there's always one team that you struggle versus. And Herrera in his young career so far has been in the Atlanta Braves. He's 2 for 17.
Sometimes that gets into your head too.
It does.
Even when you're successful, it gets into your head in a positive way.
Like Ryan Howard.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Herrera. Swing and a miss. He got him with a sinker. Back-to-back strikeouts. 3 strikeouts overall for Shelby Miller. Citizens Bank Weather Education Day presented by NBC 10. First Alert Weather will be next Thursday when the Phillies wrap up their 4-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Game time is at 1:05. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. And don't forget, after the game is a senior stroll the bases. After Thursday's off day, the Phillies have 20 games in 20 days before their next off day. Cesar now 3 for 12 on this road trip, making his 9th start. Bunt single his last time up. Had a play, 1-1.
Last 6 plate appearances, been on base 5 times. It's pretty good. Very good, actually. 3 walks yesterday. What was that, the first? He's never walked twice in one game before.
First time he's ever walked 3 times. First time he's walked 3 times in a game. In fact, he says he doesn't remember the last time he walked 3 times in a game in the minor leagues.
I don't think he's ever walked twice in a game.
Ever?
Ever. Or big leagues.
Way outside, 3-1. Ruiz on deck. And ball 4.
It's the walking machine.
Yeah,
right
the
now.
walks just keep on coming for him. So 2 on with 2 outs, and Ruiz, who bounced into a double play his first time up, will be the hitter. Will never ever for the rest of this year put that graphic up saying that he has seen the least amount of pitches in the National League.
Although his first at bat, it was a first pitch bunt.
Element of surprise, Matt. Element of surprise. Carlos hits the ball where he hit the last one. It may go into left center field because Simmons now is shaded over toward the hole a little bit, whereas before he was cheating for 2. With 2 outs here, he has the luxury of cutting off the hole if he wants to. No balls and 1 strike to Ruiz. Ground ball right to Simmons. Short way. Phillies are retired here in the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Simmons will lead things off for the Braves when we come back. Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank's Champions in Action program is a unique program that rewards small organizations that create big changes in the community. To learn about Champions in Action and how to get involved, visit citizensbank.com/community. Good banking is simple, clear, and personal, and that's helping you bank better. Citizens Bank. Well, the sun has not set just yet, but we are already going to the bottom of the 5th inning. I mentioned it was a beautiful day, a beautiful night. Perfect night to be here at the ballpark. Atlanta fans are sort of torn. They've got the Braves going on against the Phillies. Neither team is really playing particularly well. But then they've got the Hawks playing in the NBA playoffs, too. First pitch to Simmons, and it's taken low. It's 1-0. Just a few miles away in the Phillips Arena. Outside, 2-0. They're playing the Washington Wizards, and they trail the Wizards by one game. Wizards won game 1 of that series. Second round of the NBA playoffs. 2-0 pitch to Simmons. Little tapper foul. Elvis Arahu is warming up in the bullpen, possibly waiting for the chance to make his major league debut. Six pitches for Billingsley. This is his third 3-ball count, and that will be out of play. Oh, nice catch. Two-handed grab by the Phillies fan wearing the Roy Halladay jersey. Three-two pitch coming to Simmons, and he tops it foul. Matt, score aside, do you think they want to push Billingsley tonight to make sure his arm strength gets to where it needs to be? 99 pitches his last outing. I know they want to keep it within reason, but they probably want him to go a little deeper into this game.
Well, they would like to see it.
High fly ball to left field. It's not deep. Galvis is out. Calls off Ruff.
I mean, they would probably like to see him get to 100 pitches. I mean, really, he's given up 6 runs, 5 earned, but
in a blink of an eye.
Right. I mean, he's throwing strikes, pounding the strike zone. He's working quick. Besides a couple of mistakes with the home runs, I like what I see for the first time outing.
Freddie Freeman is 2 for 2. He has homered. He's also singled. A couple of runs scored. Slowly to the right side. Billingsley can't get it. Howard has it. Flips to the bag, and it goes past Billingsley. Now that should be a base hit for Freddie Freeman. That'll be his 3rd hit of the night.
This is where you know you're going right. Just how they reach and chat at first, between first base and the pitcher's mound, and that's almost like a perfect bunt right there.
Yeah.
There's no way you can defend it.
location.
Yeah, strike zone's a little tight right now. 2 balls and no strikes to Brzezinski. He is 1 for 2. It's grounded out to short. He's also singled to the right side.
Speaking of the blink of an eye, Freddie Freeman's now hitting .304.
Started out .283. Curveball sails high, 3-1. Johnny Gomes on deck. And ball 4. So Brzezinski draws a walk. And that is the first walk issued by Billingsley tonight. Get the same ground ball he got the last time that went under the glove of Ashe. Phillies can this time turn the double play, get out of this inning. Billingsley is scheduled to lead it off in the top of the 6th. No swing, says the first base umpire Dan Bellino.
And more than likely, this is probably his last hitter.
With a left-handed hitting Kelly Johnson in the on-deck circle. Araujo is continuing to warm up in the bullpen for the Phils. Over to third. This should be 2. Ashe's up with it. There's 1 and 2. A 5-4-3 double play, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left for the Braves. On to the 6th inning. Billingsley's due to lead it off. Surprised at all, but he is producing at the plate with consistency. Galvis hit the ground running in April and was among the National League batting leaders the entire first month. 3-hit games have come often from his bat, no matter where he bats in the lineup. Oh, and his glove? It's been working pretty well in the field, stealing hits on a daily basis. Freddie's first month has been impressive. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Chad Billingsley's night is done. He was going to get his bat and his helmet, and he was starting to put them on, and then he was told by Bob McClure that they were going to send up a pinch hitter for him. So he's done after 5 innings in his initial start in a Phillies uniform. Some good things, some things that he'll go back and work on. He allowed the 2 home runs, a 3-run shot, a 2-run shot, but his velocity was good, and he just had to tinker with his command on a couple of those pitches to left-handed hitters. So Andres Blanco will pinch hit. He takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Look, 2 years and 20 days since you pitched last in the big leagues. You got to be very happy.
I think the other thing, too, that's refreshing is that he throws 92, 93. I think he topped off at 93 tonight.
Yep.
Phillies don't have that from a right-hander. I mean, they really don't. One ball, one strike to Blanco. Out of play, and it's 1-2. You know, it's a different fastball than Harang throws. It's a different fastball than Jerome Williams throws. It's going to be a different fastball than Sean O'Sullivan will throw when he makes a start again. Swing and a miss, and he is struck out. 4 strikeouts. Ben Revere's coming up. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to shortstop. He's also lined to right. It's time to take a look at our T-Mobile game changer. And the speed score. Now, this has to do with stolen bases, with triples, with extra base hits. And Ben Revere and Odubel Herrera are among the leaders. Now, you see a lot of wheels there. Billy Hamilton. He obviously is leading the National League in stolen bases. Dexter Fowler's off to a decent start for the Cubs. I'm surprised Matt Kemp's on that list. That's one of the new stats that folks around Major League Baseball are using. It basically says, Matt, that he's pretty fast.
Then just say that.
Well, it does have the word speed in it. Oh, 2 pitch to Revere, and he is struck out. Back-to-back strikeouts. 5 now for Shelby Miller. And he's kind of making it look easy tonight against the Phils. Here's the official definition of speed score. Estimates a player's speed based on stolen base percentage, number of attempted steals, rate of triples, and propensity to score after reaching base. Come on, Matt, write that down. Tuck that one away for you. What was your propensity to score when you got on base, Matt?
Slow. Snail. Hope for a pinch runner.
1 ball and 1 strike to Galvis. Galvis is 0 for 2. He's fly to center and he is struck out. Shelby Miller is not down in the strike zone here tonight. I mean, these are high fastballs that he's thrown by the Phillies hitters. Over to third. Oh, right between the legs of Kelly Johnson. That will be his 2nd error of the year.
Fastball away, just a little slap shot and through the 5-hole. Oh wait, that's later on tonight, the hockey game.
You can use that here.
Yeah, you can. That's what it was. Has that little side spin from a left-hander going to third. Sometimes it's tough to read.
You're just hoping that you don't see it a little later on in the hockey game.
That's tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. Cody Ashe is 0 for 2, and he breaks his bat, loops one out toward the right side, and it's caught by Jace Peterson. And another easy inning for Shelby Miller. No runs, no hits, 1 man left, 1 error by the Braves. On to the bottom of the 6th.
improving player profile, and it is Kelly Johnson. He is the subject of this tonight. Last season, in 106 games, batted just .215, 7 home runs, 27 RBIs for 3 different teams. This year, back with the Braves. And how about this? Through 22 games, batting .256, already 6 home runs and 16 RBIs. And an interesting note, guys, the 3-run homer that he hit off Chad Billingsley earlier in this game was hit number 999 in his career. So looking for 1,000 with his next base hit. Guys?
Well, he's not going to face Chad Billingsley, of course, Murph. He's going to face Elvis Araujo, who's going to make his major league debut. The big left-hander who the Phillies signed to a major league contract this past offseason was pitching in Reading. Now, the numbers weren't great in Reading. 15 base runners in 9 2/3. But they needed another left-hander, and they felt like he was a guy they liked during spring training. So they decided to bring him up and join the big club in Miami. So his major league debut, and the first pitch is inside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Kelly Johnson, who hit that 3-run home run, as Murph said, his last time up, is 1 for 2. He's trying to join one other major leaguer who picked up his 1,000th hit tonight, Evan Longoria. 2 balls, no strikes. Araujo is a 23-year-old. Fly ball, right center field. Herrera on the run, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. It's hit number 1,000 for Kelly Johnson. So a home run for 999 and the single for 1,000. So it's been authenticated. I guess everybody here in Atlanta thought that he would get his 1,000th hit with the Braves when he was selected in the first round, but he left them, as Murph said. He said it's very comfortable being back here because a lot of the same people are in the same positions in the front office. Peterson takes up and in, 1-0. Araujo impressed, I think, everybody in spring training. He was only up with the big club for a couple weeks before they sent him down to minor league camp. But in the games we saw, in the games that we aired, he looked very strong. That one's hit through the hole on the right side. Johnson on his way to third. The throw by Ben Revere is offline, and it allows Peterson to go to second base. Well, that was just a mistake by Ben Revere. He was trying to get Kelly Johnson. There was no chance to get him, and he overthrew everybody. And that allowed Peterson to run the Braves out of a double play situation.
Yeah, usually when an outfielder goes left or right, there's really no chance of throwing a runner out to base. Especially when you're going to your left. Then you got to close up and throw all the way to third base. So, you want to throw to second base, get the double play in order.
So a couple of mistakes in this inning for the Phillies. The fly ball by Johnson, where it looked like there was some miscommunication between Herrera and Ben Revere. And now that. And now the infield is in for Cameron Maben, who's 1 for 2. Fouls it away. It's 0-1.
And I think there's communication sometimes having problems in the outfield because Herrera plays so deep. He really does. I'd like to see him move in about 10-15 steps. We've seen him go back on baseballs very good this year and make some nice plays. But he always keeps on creeping back and back a little farther each time.
He went around, and it's 0-2. Now, do you think that style will change as he plays more out in center field?
Well, I don't think it should change. I mean, he should feel comfortable now. He's played up there enough this year and in spring training and during batting practice that he realizes that he can go back on baseballs now. So he should be moving in. As a center fielder, your job is to take the gaps away but in front of the outfielders, the left field and right field.
The tapper back toward the middle, and it's fielded by Galvis. And they've got Peterson caught between second and third, and now Johnson's coming home. They've got him caught between home plate and third. They'll tag him out, and Peterson gets to third. So they get one out. There's still runners on second and third. I believe that goes down to 6-4-2. And a fielder's choice for Cameron Maven. Peterson made a base running mistake, not looking to see what Kelly Johnson was doing.
And it goes down as another lack of communication. You know, right there, he thinks automatically he's gone, but Freddie does a nice job of getting it to Hernandez. Don't throw behind the runner, throw in front of the runner. And Chooch runs him back hard, realizing that he's going to have a forced play with the runner right there, with Johnson coming to the third.
Boy, Carlos may have been just a second away from tagging both runners. Here's Shelby Miller with the infield in. On the outside corner, 0-1. Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just a bit high. It's 3-2. Markakis is on deck. That one's back just to our right and out of play. Would you have caught it?
Tom, you're the guy who makes all the catches.
Maybe you would have been in my way. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a high fastball. 2 outs, and Markakis is coming up. So lefty on lefty.
Now call time. So this is your first major league strikeout, even though it is against a pitcher. It's a high cheese 3-2. I don't care who you strike out. That's your first major league strikeout.
The ball stayed in play.
It did.
Markakis is 1 for 3 tonight. A single strikeout, a ground out. Takes a breaking ball, 1-0. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Jefferson, where health is all we do. Call 1-800-JEFF now or visit jefferson.edu. Buy your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit delvalhondadealers.com today. And buy the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians. 1 ball, no strikes to Markakis with runners on second and third. Foul tip, 1-1. 94 on that fastball from Araujo. Good pitch. That was his best slider of the night.
Yeah. Because he started at the hitter. As soon as that slider starts at the left-hander, you freeze. No chance.
And a called strike 3. That's a big-time pitch by Elvis Araujo in his first appearance in a Phillies uniform. Back-to-back strikeouts with runners on second and third. Get the baseball, boys. Elvis Araujo has arrived in the big leagues. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. Well, Chad Billingsley made his return to the big leagues, went 5 innings, allowed 2 home runs, 8 hits overall. Kelly Johnson hit one of those home runs. He also picked up his 1,000th hit. And Shelby Miller has been dominant for the Braves as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Ryan Howard swings at the first pitch and lofts it to right. Yeah, there's one out. So 1 away, and here's Darren Ruff, who's 0 for 2. Only 65 pitches so far for Shelby Miller. Fastball, 0-1.
Phillies hitters are very aggressive tonight.
He has 4 one-pitch outs. Shelby Miller.
We had back-to-back with Cody Ashley and Howard. I don't mind swinging at the first pitch. What I don't like seeing is Ryan Howard swinging at a first pitch curveball. If you're a curveball hitter, then go ahead and crush it. But if your strength is a fastball out over the plate or a fastball inside, then wait for that pitch.
Yeah, otherwise you're helping the pitcher out.
Exactly. You're swinging at the pitcher's pitch. And trust me, I'll stand corrected if he was sitting curveball and you got it and just missed it. And it's just not him. It's everybody in baseball.
Well, that's now 6 strikeouts for Miller as he gets rough for the second time. Odubel Herrera is the batter. He's 0 for 2.
And I can say it because I was the exact same way. I was a dumb hitter at times, thinking I could hit every pitch instead of staying to my strength.
Would you say you were vain when it came to that? Like you were stubborn that, all right, I'm going to hit this pitch. It doesn't matter what it is.
Well, you start thinking, well, he's going to groove me a fastball, and I'm going to go ahead and hit it. So your mind's already committed that you're going to swing at this pitch. Then all of a sudden he throws that curveball, the changeup, and you just don't. You don't. It's like Tiger Woods walking away from his swing before he hits the golf ball. We don't do it. We still continue taking the swing, and we have that awkward swing, and afterwards you're like, man, What am I thinking? Now, I'm not picking on Ryan by no means because he might have had a game plan, but it's just throughout baseball you see that a lot.
Low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Herrera. Off the plate. Miller will wait. Tries to barehand. Well, that's all he could do. That was a heck of a play right there. 1-3 on the putout. Side is retired. Phillies go down in order here in the top of the 7th inning. So it's time to stretch here at Turner Field. The Braves comfortably up 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Hits tonight as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. They trail at 6-0. Well, the Phillies' fantastic auction continues at Phillies.com. There are a few items that are up for grabs that you can bid on, including a trip for 2 to Chicago for the Phils-Cubs series, a trip for 2 to San Francisco for the Phils and the Giants, and a kids' sleepover in the Phillies clubhouse and breakfast with the Fanatic. The fantastic auction partners include WIP and WPHT. And you can check out Phillies.com until May 13th or May 14th for more information. Bottom of the 7th inning, Simmons leads it off. He's 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. He's grounded into a double play and popped out to short. Low, 2-0. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Dustin McGowan, the third pitcher used by the Phillies. 1-1 with an ERA of 3.95. Elvis Araujo pitches a scoreless 6th inning. That one's in there. Eye-opening 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Araujo to finish up his 6th inning. 3-1 pitch. And low, ball 4. Simmons draws a walk. Freddie Freeman's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, Tom. Well, we wanted to send out some congratulations to really one of our own, Kevin McAlpin, who is the radio pre- and post-game host here in Atlanta, a Philadelphia native. Well, he and his wife, Melissa, welcomed in their first child this week, a baby boy. There's Max. Welcome to the world, Max. Kevin, of course, interned for the Phillies back after graduating from Temple. His wife, Melissa, is from Swedesboro, New Jersey. They live down here in Atlanta now, obviously with Kevin working here for the Braves. But we just wanted to send some congratulations back out to the family back home as they welcome a new member of the McAlpin family, guys.
Yeah, when the Atlanta Braves were in town in Philadelphia, Kevin did not accompany the team because of Max's birth. He is here in the press box covering the Braves. Saw him at dinner time tonight. Great kid. He's really worked hard. First with the Phillies, but his love was always to do some kind of broadcasting. And he worked his way into a major league job here in Atlanta.
I noticed that Kevin had some bags under his eyes when we saw him yesterday.
Well, it's not going to be the first time.
Yeah, that won't change for a while.
I wonder how he's going to raise Max. If he's going to raise Max a Philadelphia fan or an Atlanta fan.
That's a good question. I'll have to ask him that tomorrow.
2-0 the count to Freeman. Up high 3-0. I guess it'll depend, Murph, what air he's on.
I think that'll have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Every other Friday kind of thing.
Freeman takes a strike at the knees. It's 3-1. It's always refreshing when I was doing a Temple basketball game and I look over to my left to the student section, one of the great student sections in Philadelphia. And there's Kevin. He was in the student section when he was a student at Temple University. Way outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks for McGowan. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Marlins lead the Nationals 2-1. That game's in the bottom of the 4th inning. Real Muto has picked up a triple and a run scored for the Marlins. Marlins are 12-14. Washington is 13-14. Washington's won 3 straight and 6 of 10. Miami, of course, had a great homestand. Phillies ended their streak with a victory on Sunday. All right, Matt, what are you seeing from McGowan? Is he overthrowing it on these pitches, or?
Almost looks like he's guiding it instead of just letting it go. You focus so much on the catcher's mitt and instead of just throwing. Jamie was always saying it last year, just throw it through the mitt. When you start guiding it, that's when the ball starts missing up and away. And I mean, velocity's good, but Dustin, he can have some of these innings once in a while.
Well, here's A.J. Pierzynski, who has been on base twice tonight. Fly ball right field. Ben Revere backpedaling. Tagging from second is Simmons. Tagging from first is Freeman. The throw goes towards second, and Freeman gets there and stays on the bag. Unfortunately for Ben Revere, that throw died when it took a bounce. Just didn't have enough zip on it to skip to the bag.
He makes a very nice job. He gets behind it, gets some momentum, strong throw, and right there hits that grass, and it kind of popped up. If it would have hit the dirt, it probably would have stayed lower and picked up some speed.
Well, now Johnny Gomes, the Braves are leading at 6-0, but they're 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Had a little trouble in the 6th inning scoring runs. Good play by Ruiz to block that slider. It's 1-0. 2-1. The Phillies and the Braves will wrap up the series tomorrow night. Jerome Williams will make the start for the Phils. Mike Foltynewicz will make the start for the Braves. One of the prospects they got from the Houston Astros in the Evan Gattis deal. On Comcast Sportsnet beginning at 7 o'clock. First pitch is at 7:10. And Carlos and McGowan getting together on what McGowan wants to throw in this spot.
Well, McGowan and Gomes have faced each other quite a few times back in the day with Tampa Rays and Toronto Blue Jays.
He just doesn't have his command tonight.
No, but that was a 96-mile-an-hour cutter.
96, yeah.
And a cutter. Or he just got around it.
I'm thinking he got around it.
Start that at the hip, 96, like a boomerang.
Oh, good breaking ball, and it's 3-2. Outside, ball 4. The bases are now loaded. All right, it's time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. Boy, Shelby Miller can't do any wrong out on the mound tonight.
No, they came back in the last of the 7th inning with Herrera, chopped one off home plate. Nice concentration, bare hand. Quick throw to first for Freddie Freeman. Yeah, really made a nice play, concentration. That's why it's a defensive play of the game. Brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Yeah, that's one of those plays. There's nothing he could have done except for barehand it and throw it.
Yep.
Kelly Johnson takes way upstairs. Well, Bob McClure is going to have to go to the phone. There's 3 walks in this inning for Dustin McGowan. Well, finally, Justin DeFreitas is going to get up and start throwing in the pen. It's 3 balls and no strikes to Kelly Johnson. But DeFreitas is still a batter away from probably being ready. And there's ball 4. 4 walks in the inning. They just walked in a run. It's 7-0. Braves on top. Carlos is going to take a slow walk out to the mound. He's got to buy some time. With Jace Peterson coming up, the bases remain loaded. 4 walks in the inning. The Phillies continue to lead the National League in walks. Up and it's 0-1. Somehow he's got to find that fastball, though, if he's going to continue in this inning.
Yeah, and he's really only missed close with 1 pitch. That was a fastball to Kelly Johnson.
0-2.
And you can see now that he's been struggling with his fastball, and the only pitch he's thrown for a strike so far is his curveball / slider and his changeup. 23 pitches this inning. He's thrown 16 balls, 7 strikes.
Got a play. Look out. That ball skipped like a rock off the roof of the dugout. It hit a young lady in the head as it went up to the back seats. Inside, 1-2.
I mean, that thing skipped off the top of the dugout.
It had some velocity on it, too. And that one's pulled into right field, a base hit. One run is in, rounding third, being held there is Gomes. An RBI single for Jace Peterson. It's now 8-0 in favor of the Braves. And the bases remain loaded here in the 7th inning. Well, DeFreitas should be ready, so that's going to be it. As Ryan Sandberg is going to come out and is going to ask for a double switch. So a pitching change here at Turner Field. McGowan now with 16 walks and 9 strikeouts on the season. He's allowed 2 runs. The 3 runners on base are his responsibility. And we have a pitching change here in the 7th inning. Phils. Tickets include, or the trip includes, 4 nights accommodations, brunch with the Phillies announcers, a tour of Petco Park, tickets to all 3 games in San Diego, a custom Phillies road trip polo shirt. Go to Phillies.com/Phillies vacations or call 877-833-7326 for more information. Those road trips are always a good time, and that's a beautiful place to go. San Diego, Petco Park is outstanding. All right, so here the Phillies down 8-0. They made a double switch. Ben Revere moves from right field to center field. Grady Sizemore comes in to play right field. So Sizemore will bat 9th. And Justin DeFreitas will bat in Odubel Herrera's spot. That's the 6th hole. Cameron Maybin's the batter. Bases are loaded here in the 7th. 8-0 Braves. The wheels have come off. Fastball in there, 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's good to see DeFreitas' fastball starting to get a little harder as the season goes on. He's living right around 90, 91, but his movement with the fastball at 93 miles an hour makes that slider even harder to hit.
Well, he had an explosive outing in Miami this weekend.
It's 94 right down the middle.
Yeah, called a ball by Alfonso Marquez. Two balls and 2 strikes. The foul ball. That one a slider from DeFreitas. So at a Major League scoreboard, the Mets and the Orioles are playing some interleague baseball. The Mets are shutting the Orioles out 3-0. 3 runs on 7 base hits for New York. The Mets sit atop the division with 16 wins. That's Bartolo Colon pitching for the Mets. His first loss last time. Bud Norris pitching for the Orioles. On that fastball, but it was away from the plate. Phillies are in big time need of an out right here. That one's hooked toward short and into left field, a base hit. Gomes will score. We'll play station to station baseball. 9-0 Braves on top. That's an inherited runner that scores. Charged to the line of the Phillies bullpen and charged to Dustin McGowan's overall line. All right, now Shelby Miller, who has sat for a while here, but isn't coming out of this ball game because his pitch count's so low. Swing and a miss, 0-1. 73 pitches for Miller out on the mound through 7 innings.
He needs to be a team player and hit a 6-4-3 double play. Shelby Miller looks like a hitter because he's not even stepping out of the batter's box. He's keeping that foot in all the time, knowing with the speed up rules.
He doesn't want that bank account to diminish. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Miller. And it's 2-2. Missed in the same spot on the last 2 pitches. Popped him up. Center field. Ben Revere is under it. Tagging from third is Johnson, and they'll hold him there. That was a 9-0 hold right there by Bo Porter, the third base coach. And Markakis is the ninth man to bat in the inning. There's Bo.
It was a 9-0 hold. The rule, unwritten rule, if that there's going to be a play at home plate where the runner has to slide, you better not send them. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, some unwritten rules make sense, others don't. But there's Markakis. He's 1 for 4. And he chops one back to the mound. DeFreitas has it. Oh, he bobbled it. And then flips underhand. Oh, boy. 1-3 on the putout. Side is retired. The Braves tack on 3 more here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They leave them loaded. On to the 8th inning we go. The Phillies down 9-0. Go further. Buy McDonald's. Any size hot or iced coffee is just $1. McDonald's. I'm loving it. And buy Toyota. The Toyota Time sales event ends June 1st. Hurry in today. Toyota, let's go places. Cinco de Mayo. Tomorrow is Seis de Mayo, which means it's Larry Anderson's birthday.
Yes.
Seis de Mayo. Pedro Ciriaco is going to take over at third base. Kelly Johnson, meanwhile, moves from third base over to right field. So Markakis' night is done. Cesar Hernandez leads it off, takes strike one. Chopper back toward the middle. And Simmons is up with it. And just gets Cesar Hernandez. Tomorrow night at 5, look at Chad Billingsley's season debut and the latest on the Phillies. Plus, Eagles writers will take a look at the Eagles roster. Watch Phillies Sports Talk presented by Comcast Business on Comcast Sportsnet.
Simmons takes his time at shortstop.
It was a really close play at first. I'm with you on that. He does take his time. A chopper over to third. Ciriaco has it. And Ruiz is retired. Phillies are making life very easy for Shelby Miller. The ball strike ratio 17 balls 60 strikes. And Grady Sizemore will be the batter. Sizemore fouls it over the dugout, and it's 0-1. Janmar Gomez throwing in the bullpen for the Phillies. That one's hit toward the hole. A base hit for Grady Sizemore. First hit for the Phils since the 5th, when Ryan Howard doubled. And back to the top of the order for Ben Revere.
Grady's been swinging the bat better. You know, he's been hitting the ball to right center. His last couple hits he's got has been line drives to left field. It's good to see. Did that big hit in Miami after Ryan Howard's triple.
Ben Revere takes low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Inside, 2-0. One of the few times tonight where Shelby Miller has fallen behind. He's behind 2-0 to Ben Revere. Sizemore goes back to first, 2-2 to Revere. Look out. Oh, man. I think that gentleman's okay. I think his heart's just racing right now. I think it hit the pole. Toyota Major League Scoreboard, an update. Bottom of the 6th inning. Marlins still lead the Nationals 2-1. Steven Strasburg left the game after 3 innings. According to the folks at Masson, it's an apparent shoulder injury. Saw it come across the ticker about an hour ago, and it said that they thought it was a bicep injury, but now they're saying it's an apparent shoulder injury. They'll have more after the game. 2-2 to Revere. And Revere lifts it to shallow left field. Simmons is there. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left for the Phillies. Shelby Miller. 8 shutout innings. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Turner Field. Follow the Phillies all season in 2015 with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or your tablet. On to the bottom of the 8th inning. Simmons leads it off against Justin DeFreitas. And DeFreitas delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Simmons has scored a couple runs tonight. He singled in the first and then walked in the 7th. And both times scored. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside and low, 2-1. Simmons falls down as he fouls that one to even the count 2-2.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from DeFreitas. The slider's tighter. Not that big loopy slider that he was throwing early in the season. He's got a nicer bite to it. His fastball is going up in velocity. He's down in the zone.
And he just hit Simmons. That slider stayed too far inside. And a leadoff base runner here in the 8th inning. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, Tom, time for our Coors Light Cold Hard Fact. On this date in 1965, in a matchup of future Hall of Famers, Phillies right-hander Jim Bunning defeated New York 1-0 at Shea Stadium for his 6th consecutive complete game victory over the Mets. Bunning also provided the game's only run with a 6th-inning leadoff solo home run off of southpaw Warren Spahn, who also went the distance. He gave up just 4 hits in those 9 innings. So quite a pitching matchup on Cinco de Mayo, 1965, guys.
All right, Murph, that's pretty good. No balls and 1 strike to Freddie Freeman. Freeman, look at that line tonight. He has scored 3 runs. He's been on base 4 times. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Last outing against the Marlins, he had 10 pitches, 9 were strikes. Today, 22 pitches, 11 strikes, 11 balls. That one's in there, and it's 2-2. He had some kind of life on his fastball the other day in Miami. It was sort of jumping. Swing and a miss, and he gets Freddie Freeman. And 1 out here in the 8th inning. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposition 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Chad Billingsley did it once tonight. That was back in the 2nd inning. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Here's A.J. Pierzynski, who has a hit tonight. Walk. Hits that one to second. That should be 2. There's 1. And Galvis comfortably throws to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play. So last chance for the Phils. They're down by 9. We'll head to the top of the 9th inning here in Atlanta. deliveries of the game.
Well, it starts early in the first inning. Freeman coming up, get the fastball down and in. Driving a home run to right field for his 5th of the year. In the 4th inning, Chad Billingsley throwing the fastball to Kelly Johnson. He made a 3-run home run, his 6th of the year, 16th RBI of the season. That is your W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
Overall, 12 base hits for the Braves. They lead at 9-0, and Shelby Miller is looking for the shutout as he starts the 9th inning. Just 86 pitches, and his first pitch to Galvis is taken inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Shelby Miller, the 24-year-old. And he fouls it away. He has 2 career complete games under his belt, and both are shutouts. One last year and one the year before. And Galvis punches it foul, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Nice point on the ricochet.
That gentleman's excited, but his young son is even happier. And Galvis is struck out. Foul tips that one. 7 strikeouts now for Miller. And 1 away here in the 9th inning. Well, this is what he's done against the Phils this year. 14 1/3, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. And now Cody Ashe, and then Ryan Howard.
It's almost like Aaron Harang's numbers versus the Braves this year.
Yeah, Harang was good again last night for the 2nd time against the Braves. Oh, it looks like the Phils are going to be denied their first 3-game winning streak. 1-1 pitch. Out towards center field. Maben ventures back. He got a really good jump and is able to make that catch for the 2nd out here in the 9th inning. So it's left to Ryan Howard, who is 1 for 3. Ryan has 1 of the 3 hits. It was a double in the 5th inning. Phillies have an infield hit, a bunt single by Cesar Hernandez, the double by Howard, and a single by Sizemore. This very light crowd here in Atlanta is coming to their feet. A little more than 14,000 on hand tonight. And the pitch to Howard. Low, ball 1.
Really, there's only been maybe 2, maybe 3 baseballs hit hard off Shelby Miller tonight.
I agree. Howard's is probably the hardest one.
Ryan's is the hardest. Sizemore hard. Base hit the left field.
Ashe's fly ball just now.
Yep.
But he has missed the barrel tonight.
Break up his shutout.
Johnny Gomes sprinting into foul territory, and he won't get there. Two and 1. Phillies needed to win these last 2 games to finish this road trip at 500. And the 2-1 pitch. Inside, 3-1. Ooh, good curveball. Wow. That could be the best curveball of the night right there.
Yeah, and he hasn't thrown it a whole lot tonight. He shook 3 times to get to this pitch right here. He's thinking he wants to save that shutout. Complete game shutout.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Howard, and the pitch from Miller. Swing and a miss. He got him with a high fastball, 96, and Shelby Miller has his third career shutout, and it's his first in a Braves uniform as Atlanta wins it going away by a final score of 9-0. Freddie Freeman got the scoring starter with a 2-run home run back in the first inning, and he just kept on hitting and kept on scoring runs. So the Phils will look to win the series tomorrow night, the finale of this road trip and of this 3-game set here in Atlanta. Our Chevrolet player of the game, well, no contest here. It's the right-handed pitcher from Brownwood, Texas, Shelby Miller.
Well, he's set back and he's playing old-time baseball, throwing a lot of fastballs. His location was very good.